afternoon. Oh no, it's evening. Good evening, everybody. It's your boy James, aka Dad the Rapper, aka Dad the Nobody, back again with another Talk to Me Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, so excuse me. You know what time it is? Talk to me. Okay, I was just making sure I had some kind of notification that popped up right there. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. All right, so today's topic is some things are hard. Some things are just hard to do, difficult to do, challenging to do for, I would argue, most of, if not all of us, with a few exceptions, a few outliers, which is cool. You know, I guess that's to be expected. But we're going to find out if this is something that's relevant to both you and me. Not gonna lie, I don't think I went over all of these, but I did look at a few just to see what we had, just to make sure that some good stuff. I got this from good old faithful Chat GPT. You know what I mean? Hooking it up with some random insight that you don't have to do much work to get info on. And I've read some of these and I find them to be true for the most part. And so if that's the case, we're going to find out together. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just 1 second. Yeah, I'm coming in or checking in. Yo, CCT Max, what's going on with you, bro? So hopefully you're doing decent today. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming through and hanging with your boy. All right, so we'll give it a second. We're gonna see if we can get some folks come through. Stick around. We're gonna go fishing. See if we can fish some people in here to hang out with us today. And the water stayed a little cold, so that's cool. It was a decent day so far. I'm exercising and did a little reading this morning. Got my boy right here. He's chilling, watching Pink Funk. So we're going to make it a good day today, y'all. What's it? Felonious bot? Is that what it is? I don't know. One of the two. What's going on with you, Broseph? Hopefully you're doing decent out there. Today's topic is some things are hard to do. And we've got to go over series of different things that I think people will find pretty challenging, difficult to do. Maybe it's you. If it's applicable, let me know. If it's not, let me know. Honestly, I think for the most part is going to be applicable anyway for most people. Yo, Chainmaster, what's happening with you, bro? Hope you're doing decent today. We're finna get into it right here, and let me know, guys, if these things are also difficult for you. Honestly, I went through I don't know, at least a good half of the list. And I'm going to be honest, man, I think that these things are a challenge for me, if nobody else. But we'll see if the same thing apply to you. Let me know how you doing today, Chainmaster, in the comments, bro. Hopefully good, but let me know the truth. All right, so real quick, let me preface this. So these are a list of things that people generally find difficult to do. And it's a myriad of different circumstances in which something like this could happen. So check it out. All right. So things that people find difficult to do. I'm going to just give a number before them just so that we don't get lost prematurely. All right. First thing I think that people find difficult to do is apologizing sincerely. Saying a sincere apology is something that I found that a lot of people have a challenge with doing. Primary factor, and the reason is, it's probably like pride. I think the more critical or judgmental or unforgiving a person is, kind of makes it the more difficult to actually do. For instance, right? I can apologize for whatever reason, I can apologize 10 times quicker to like a child than an adult. Not that I don't apologize much or often, right? But just, I don't know, just something about the non-judgmental um, nature of a child that's so ready and willing to accept um, forgiveness. You know what I mean? To extend forgiveness and um, accept an apology. I think a lot of times you think that people are going to reject your apology if you do try to apologize. You got all these other things like people just saying sorry just to say sorry but don't mean it. But I don't know, you don't get that with children. In my opinion, you don't get that with children because they don't have all these understandings or means or ways to manipulate and efforts to just say sorry because they want to prolong the relationship or get something out of it on the back end. I don't know. Yeah. So Wheeler, what's going on? How you doing today? So Wheeler, is it Sandoval? Sandoval? What's going on with you? Leo, what's happening over there, bro? Um, we was talking about things that are hard to do, and apologizing sincerely. I think that's one of them. For me, what is more difficult with older people than with kids. With kids, I can say sorry easy, and kids say I forgive you easy. Or they might play with you, but like it's all lighthearted with them. With adults, it can be complex. Sometimes they accept them, sometimes they not. Sometimes both of y'all messed up, and you like, well, if I apologize and they don't, then I look like I'm stupid. My real name is Liz. Okay, Liz, what's going on? Where did Zoila come from then? Is that just a random made up name you got, or is there something legit? Uh, Buck, what's going on with you, bro? Hope you're doing good. If so, let me know down in the comments, man. Appreciate you coming through, and hopefully you stick around for a bit. All right, so another thing people find hard to do. It's kind of tied into the first one. Forgiving someone who hurt them deeply. Um, I think I find that maybe a little bit difficult just because I don't know, like when you really hurt, like it's hard thinking that the person that hurt you is going to get away with what they hurt you with. You know what I mean? Um, I'm sure that's all you've been hurting, no matter what the age is that we got out here right now, right? Whether it's from your parents, whether it's in a relationship with the spouse, girlfriend, friend, sibling, what have you. We've all had somebody like that hurt us deeply, right? And the difficult part in forgiving somebody who has hurt you is that you got a few concerns. One, you concerned if they ever going to do that thing again if you forgive them. My mom's name, it's a good name. Oh, that's cool. Uh, you sub, cool. Appreciate that. I thought maybe you just came up with a tag to use maybe like as a Smurf or something. Big Hurry Benny. What's going on, Benny the Bull? I'm just saying that. That's like the bull from Chicago Bull Stadium. But hopefully you're doing good out there too, Benny. Um, but forgiving somebody that's hurt you, I think that's challenging. Um, I think one aspect about that maybe kind of makes it a little bit easier if you're a person of faith and you believe in God is that like you know that you're not worthy of forgiveness too. So you forgive others just because God forgave you. Just because you know you're not worthy and you got forgiveness. And if they're not worthy and you give them forgiveness, then you are trying to be like your Father in heaven. So to me, that's what makes it compelling to still forgive somebody even if they don't deserve to be forgiven. right? So 3, letting go of toxic relationships despite emotional attachment. People, I've had I don't know. I got some like feelings about the word like toxic relationship. I don't know. Like I feel like it's kind of a cringy title. Toxic relation. I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe it got some merit. It's cringy. It's a Spanish name. Am I pronouncing it right though? Zoila. It sounds like a Spanish name. Now that you say that, but I can go with toxic relationships. Let's just say letting go of. I don't know. Let's I don't know. Toxic may be appropriate, right? But I feel like if you wind up if somehow you wind up ignoring enough red flags to get yourself in a relationship with somebody that is toxic, toxic, right? Um, letting that relationship go is gonna be hard, just like letting any relationship go. When you like grow a strong attachment to somebody, and then for whatever reason, some come up where you guys have to separate, or you separate unintentionally. I feel like what happens then is there's an anxiety that's there sometimes, at least for me. I can speak for myself, but you can speak for you. Um, but I feel like when that happens, um, it's like you put yourself in this position where you have to grieve somebody that'll no longer be there and around in your life that you kind of wish still was. And for whatever reason, they gone. You don't mess with them no more. They don't mess with you. It's a Spanish name. Not at all. We said not at all too. Like I didn't say it wrong. That what this? I feel like I'm saying it right. Uh, but correct me. Let me know exactly what you're talking about there, Liz. And I feel like I'm missing people. I know I've Gray, Angela. Yeah, Angela Nylatid. Man, that's hard to pronounce. What's going on? I'm sleepy. What's going on? And the guy with the cross for a name. What's going on? But letting go of those type of relationships can be difficult. All right, here's one I think that people gonna also kind of agree with. You let me know if this is different for you though, right? Um, Dwayne, what's going on with you, cuz? I was looking. I was like, man, what is that? What's that logo, man? That look familiar. What's going on with you, bro? Hey, man, we over here talking about things that are hard to do, bro. I'm gonna repeat this last one for you, and you let me know if it's relatable or not. Just because we were just talking a little bit ago, so maybe you might resonate with this, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just saying this out loud, right? All right, so we got to move to the next one, but the last one we just did was letting go of toxic relationship. Is that something that's difficult to do? You know what I mean? You can answer that if you want to. You know what I mean? But just putting that out there just so you had got it and you ain't come in and you missed that one. On chat only, I am on. I feel like you put one too many words in there. I don't know what you're just trying to say there, Liz, but I mean, elaborate or don't, but I just want you to know I didn't understand in case you did want to clarify. All right, so think item number 4 that's hard to do, asking for help. Reason is vulnerability is hard for many people, and on chat I'm the only right now. Yeah, it's been a few people in and out, but hey, I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate if you answer some of the questions. Appreciate you if you don't. You know what I mean? It's all good. Who was that? Owen, old. What's going on with you, bro? Say it is heard. Yeah, it is, right? No, just kidding. I just messing with you, cuz. All right, but asking for help. Asking for help is hard to do, I think, for things that you actually really need help with. Um, it's funny because, like, I could say, for instance, but then I have to bring up something that I actually really need help with, right? Um, so, Dylan, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you liking the live, man. Asking for help. Let me know. Like, is that something that's hard for you? I think it's only hard when it's something that you really need help with. Then who are you talking to? Then on the chat. Oh, so I'm on this phone. I'm on YouTube, and then on the other one, I'm on TikTok. So that's who else I'm talking to. Got you. So you was confused. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I usually go live on both at the same time. Bob Perrin. Bob, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing today? Is asking for help something that's difficult for you, Bob? Let me know. Dylan, let me know too, man. I think it's only difficult when it's something that you really need help with. And so you feel more emotionally attached to whether somebody is or isn't willing to help you. If it's something cavalier, like, hey, can you pick that up for me? Or can you, I don't know, give me a cup of water? Nobody minds that. Nobody's caring then. But getting bullied. Wait, you said getting bullied? Is it asking for help if you're getting bullied? Is that what you're saying? Like something that's difficult to ask for help for? Because I think that probably would be difficult to. I don't know if I've personally, not like consistently, been bullied. I've had somebody try to bully me out of some stuff because I was by myself. I remember one time when I was what was that? You said yes? Okay. I don't know. I just remember I was in high school and I remember there was this magic shop that was I don't know, on the walk home. I don't know if it was a magic shop. Maybe it was. And so they had these dice in here that had, I guess they always rolled a seven or something like that. I forgot how it worked, but like they always rolled the same number. Maybe because one of them was like trick. Only had like two numbers on it. So if you rolled it, you know, you would always roll like a seven or whatever number. And this one dude who I knew was like, he was with, I don't know, some clique or gang or whatever that was at the school. And why I felt compelled to show it to him, even though I knew these was like some sus characters, I have no idea. But I showed it to him. I wrote it in front of them. They was like, "Oh snap! Look at this, man! Like this always do this." And then somebody was like, "Let me see." And of course, that "let me see" led to nobody giving me my stuff back. And I was like, "Well, what am I do? Like fight everybody? Like." So I guess I kind of got punked out of my stuff, and I guess I could have asked for help with that, but I don't know. It just seemed like then I'd be exposing myself for not being able to handle a situation that I kind of got myself into, which was stupid, but crazy. How do you think I am? I have no clue. This is the internet. You actually could be any age. So how about one better? You could tell me how old you are. That would be even better. Everett. Oh dang, man, you was here, but Everett, still shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through and stopping by. You want me to guess? How could I possibly know? I would imagine under 15. That's my best guess so far. Under 15. So next thing on the list of things that are hard to do, admitting when we're wrong. To me, I think admitting when you're wrong is hard, depending on who you're talking to. It depends. Like if it's somebody that like you look up to, I feel like it's harder. When it's somebody like a peer, like y'all on even ground. Yes, I'm in the teens, 14. See, I knew it. It had to be. I could kind of tell just from the conversation, that you probably were under 15. I was close. I could have just said 14, but it's all good. I got you. When's your birthday, Liz? And Dylan, what's going on? Le- Livia? Livia? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but what's going on? And user with 1,000 numbers behind you, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Let me know if any of these things that we talking about here are hard for you. We just discussed the last two was asking for help and admitting when you're wrong. If that's hard for you, let me know. I imagine it's hard for almost everybody, but maybe you're the outlier that it's not hard for. So if that's the case, let me know. All right. But number 6, confronting someone, whether for boundaries, whether it's with the truth or it's to correct somebody. A lot of people find confrontation with someone, anyone, intimidating or hard to do. I personally, I want to say 50-50, 50% am willing to confront 50% not. I feel like it's a little bit more than 50 for me when it comes to confrontation. Like, I'm not talking about confrontation where it means like we got to fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that guy that's trying to go and just get in fights and stuff like that because, bro, anything can happen, man. Anybody can get hurt beyond repair. Anybody can lose their life. Like, I ain't that guy. Like, I'm talking about confronting people when I know it to be in opposition to the truth. If it don't sound the truthworthy. If it don't sound trustworthy, if it don't sound real, then I'm probably gonna confront you on it. Unless you just so far from removing me that like talking to you would kind of be just awkward for me to just engage in something that maybe we weren't talking about directly or whatever. Bethany, I saw you in here. I saw you. Just want you to know I saw you. In case you think I missed you. I was just in thought. I was trying to get that thought out. Herb. All right, Liz. Well, if you come back, let me know your age. Not your age, birthday. See if your birthday close to mine or not. But cool. All right, number 7, saying no. I think this is a big one. I think it's hard for a lot of people to say no, to avoid people pleasing or to avoid conflict. I think it's hard for people to say no because I feel like we created a culture of yes, where like you got to say yes to everything. Otherwise, you're mean or you're not nice or you don't care. It's like you get criticized simply for saying no to somebody. And so I feel like most people say yes to things, even if they want to say no, because they want to be liked more than they want to be honest. Hey, son, you be careful with your feet, okay? Okay. All right. But yeah. So saying no, always gonna be some type of complicated or difficult to do depending on who you're talking to. Setting boundaries. Woo! Woo! Here we are. Excuse me. Things that are hard to do. Setting boundaries. Especially with family or long-term friends. I don't know. I just don't think. I think that's kind of synonymous with saying no, right? Setting boundaries is difficult because I bet y'all had to check on my boy. He was wilding real quick. But setting boundaries is difficult because I don't know. Unless you grew up in a home where boundaries was a thing that was like comfortable and everybody was invite to join live with the guest. Invite Bethany. I don't even know if Bethany is real. Bethany said nothing in the chat, so I don't know if Bethany's real. I'm gonna hold off on that invite. But you could say something over there, Bethany, and then we'll see. We'll see for sure. But I think setting boundaries is difficult unless you grew up in a household where boundaries was something that was like established by parents as a healthy thing to do, and that they was okay with. Because sometimes parents, they'll just Petra, what's going on? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Okay, baby, the next one's gonna play, all right? Okay. But yeah, because the thing about having boundaries is a matter of like respect, like self-respect, and asking other people to respect you. And I don't know. I just don't think we got the society that's really prioritized being respectful of other people's no, which was the one we was talking about right before that, right? Saying no is something that people find difficult because we live in a culture of yes. You have to say yes to everything, because if you say no, then you're mean and you're not nice. And like, who said you had to be nice all the time? You just want to be honest, be truthful with yourself. All this stuff that we talk about today, like what's that? Like your truth and not my truth, even though I only believe in the truth. But like, if you're not able to be true, then you kind of lost already, right? Jim Cobbler. Is it Jim Cobbler because you like peach cobbler or cobbler or something like that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just your last name and I'm just tripping. But how you doing, Jim? All right. So things that people find hard. Number 9, facing their fears. Few examples are public speaking, rejection, failure, etc. Heather Jones, what's going on, Heather Jones? Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. Facing it's fears.
Louie. It's Louie.
It's who?
It's Louie.
What's her name?
It's Bluey.
Bluey?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know who that is, son. But you do, right?
It's this one.
Is that one?
Yeah. I thought.
Her name is Bluey?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing, okay? Her. You ain't gonna respond to that part. Her. Bluey. Her stupid. She's like, oh. I think that's what he said. I don't know. You have to ping pong. So that could be anything. I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty sure he right. I'm pretty sure you right. Appreciate you cluing me in. Who we got up there? Oh, just got Crystal. Okay, Crystal, appreciate you. All right, so facing fears, public speaking, rejection. I don't know. I don't want to sit up here and say that I face all my fears. I'd be lying if I said I did. There's a few things that I feel like are overcomeable that I haven't overcome yet. For instance, the one thing I can think of off the rip, right? It's I'm sure everybody out there has been to Six Flags Great America, right? I've been there, you've been there, we all gone there. They all over the United States. It's so long as that's where it's from. Do they got them in other places? I have no idea. I have been in the Thank you, son. I haven't been other places to see that for myself, right? But one second. All right, so facing fears. So Six Flags Great America, right? I think that most people can say that they've been there. I have gotten on pretty much and will get on almost any roller coaster, right? But there's one thing that like I have not gotten on, which I don't know if I could ever bring myself to get on. And that is this infamous ride that you may or may not have heard of, which is called the Giant Drop. Something about falling straight down just is frightening to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever be that guy that would jump off of an airplane or something. Maybe. I don't know. But just being on a machine and just dropping straight down, it's just too much risk for me. Maybe it's the risk reward just don't add up for me personally. So I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Anything else? Superman, Raging Bull, American Eagle, you name it. Yeah, Vertical Velocity, Batman. I've been on all the different roller coasters. But when it comes to facing fear, I know I could get on a giant truck. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of getting on a ride that's going to drop me straight down. And if it malfunctions, I am screwed. And I see the demise in the I don't know. It's just me. Maybe it's just me. Ain't nobody else feel that way. I'm just a weirdo who don't want to get on there. Plenty of people who not cowards like me in that regard. Cool. Leaving that comfort zone. Growth often requires discomfort. I don't know, man. I feel like we had such a comfortable society. Like we have so much comfort here, at least in America. You know what I mean? We got so much comfort here that you kind of want to become complacent and not do anything to stretch yourself or get yourself out of your comfort zone. That's including me. This is not other people exclusive. This is including me, right? So leaving comfort zone, as far as I'm concerned, is difficult. May not be for you. Making big life decisions like career changes, moving, or ending something. Is making big life decisions something that's hard or difficult for you? You, the two folks that just got right here on this live. I see y'all. All right. Just kidding. Let me know if any of these are difficult for you. We're talking about stuff that's hard to do, and the last one we just discussed was making big life decisions. I can't think of any big life decisions that I'm trying to do right now. Maybe get out of debt. That's a big decision. I mean, it's not a big decision. It's just a big task. The decision is I'm going to do it. The task is being disciplined and getting that done. Dealing with grief or loss. Okay, so I saw this one in there earlier, and I was waiting to get this one because I felt like this was an important one that I think that people especially find hard or difficult to do. Dealing with grief or loss. It says time doesn't make it easy. Time does not make dealing with grief easy. It makes it easier. I don't think it's ever easy to lose someone in the sense that you have to grieve the loss. And this one especially kind of stood out to me because I picked up a lady driving for Lyft this week that was grieving the loss of her husband. I guess apparently he died maybe like around 5 months ago. And she was telling me that she had just had to turn in the car. It's okay, baby. You sit right there. He was telling me that she just had to turn in a car that her husband had because she couldn't afford the payments no more. And that it was just hard. Life is just hard for her right now. And I was like, man, like that's kind of sad, you know. I extended my condolences to her, you know, but she was telling me she had to be careful, baby. Because look, this chair, it rocks. So you don't want to get your feet caught, okay? You ain't listen. Anyway, but yeah, so I was extending my condolences to her. She was telling me though, luckily for her, she has a good support system. She had lots of friends, family, people at her church that were being there and being supportive to her, and how that helped her, you know, with this grieving process. And then we randomly got off on a tangent talking about dogs because this lady was hesitating across the street that had a dog, and she was talking about how she has a dog, and the dog kind of pulls her sometimes. And I was telling her there was another person I picked up who got pulled by a dog and fractured her arm. But all let's say, I remember like as the ride was getting ready to end, and we was talking, and I was telling her like you know, that I would pray for her, just dealing with the grief of losing her husband. Just dealing with the grief of losing her husband. What? Playboy card. Her. Anyway, she was dealing with the grief of losing her husband, and I was telling her I would pray for her, and that, you know, she would keep, that people would stay and be of encouragement to her during the time that she was going through this grief. And she was just saying that, you know, it's a pleasure talking to you. She was like, We say that you are, a man of God, um, something of that sort. And, thanks for the conversation. And I don't know. I just remember when she got out the car, like just kind of being a little overwhelmed with grief, feeling sad, just feeling and wishing like I had more time with her or to talk to her, just because, like, man, when people are like really going through stuff, like you kind of just want to be with them. Like, you can't talk them out of going through whatever they're going through or whatever. But like just knowing that they're dealing with something that's heavy and hard, to me, it kind of burdens me to want to be of some sort of support to a person like that, just because I know that, like, people be going through stuff, bro, and they need somebody to be there for them during those times. Um, I understand it can't always be me, and it need not always be me because I can't be there for everybody all the time, right? But that still doesn't negate the fact that, like, man, like people actually really deal with hard stuff, hard situations sometimes in life. And what they really need sometimes is a friend, sometimes some good counsel, sometimes some good advice. Sometimes they need um, somebody just to be in the vicinity. Knowing that somebody else is there sometimes is more comforting than feeling like you alone when you're dealing with grief or loss. So that's why I was happy to see that this was at least on the list when it comes to dealing with grief or loss, being something that's hard to do because it's difficult. You know what I mean? I've seen all of my grandparents have passed on, right? And so I've seen my mom and my dad deal with the grief of losing their parents, and been King, what's going on? It's been interesting seeing two different people grieve two different ways about similar situations. And I don't know. I know my mom seems like she actually grieves about it a little bit more than my dad, even though I'm sure he grieves too. He just grieves differently. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking my dad is either he real stoic or he fake stoic. I don't know, but like sometimes like it seems like it takes a lot for this dude to break down and cry. So I don't know, but that was number 12, dealing with grief or loss, being something that's difficult or hard to deal with. I want to take a second to say what's up to the folks that came through and is hanging here with me right now. Love my 4. That mean you got 4 little ones? Is that what I mean? Maybe not, but hello to you. Hopefully you're doing well today. And B-Man, this guy produces honey, obviously, because his name is B-Man. Otherwise, he wouldn't be naming himself something like B-Man. All right, Edwin Price. If you're still there, Edwin Price, how you doing, Edwin? Hopefully you're selling something at the right price. I don't know. I just want to say something corny. All right, so let's see. What's the next one we got here? Admitting they need therapy or counseling. I don't know. I can't say that that's something that maybe a little bit. I know that sometimes me and my wife we talk about going back to get some more counseling and stuff like that. I mean, you marry somebody, it's inevitable y'all gonna be in conflict at times, and you're gonna need some mediation, just to kind of sort through some things. And sometimes I'll be thinking, I don't need no counseling. You just need to hear me out, listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But do you need some counseling sometimes? Yeah, because you need somebody else that ain't as emotionally attached to the situation sometimes to help you sort through it. Who is that? Barbara Bell. Barbara Bell. What's going on, Barbara Bell? I don't know why it sounds so cool to say your name, Barbara, but hopefully you're having a good day today, Barbara Bell. We're talking about things that are hard to do. We're at number 13, which is admitting they need therapy, counsel, and that was hard. It is hard. It's hard to admit sometimes because you want to be able to fix your own problems. But low key, you can't You can't fix them all. Ash Ketchum couldn't catch them all. What makes you think you can? All right. Taking number 14. We're gonna stop at 15. Number 14 is taking responsibility for their actions, owning consequences. Oops, hold on. I think that's something we all struggle with to varying degrees, right? Me personally, taking accountability, admitting, what was it? Taking responsibility for the actions. I would rather tell the truth than to tell a lie or say nothing at all. Sometimes I guess maybe that's my way of being a coward, is not saying it. But if you ask me about it, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you a lie just so that I can avoid taking responsibility for something that happened. Because I want people to take responsibility for themselves too. And if I want that for you, huh? It's blue duck and pink duck. That's right. Hey, put that back on the bottom of your water bottle. Okay.
Okay.
All right, my son. All right. So taking responsibility for the actions is hard, but it's possible. And we all need to do a little bit more, better of a job at that. All right. Last one is being honest with themselves about habits, motives, or mistakes. Don't be out here lying to you. Don't be out here lying to me. Is almost more okay if you lie to me than if you lie to you, because you got to live with you. And then you got to live with that lie that you said to me too. But be honest. Be honest with yourself. Because
wow, what is this?
Huh?
Wow, what is this?
What is what? This?
Okay.
You ain't even looking. You just gonna say okay and turn your head. You halfway interested child. Anyway, being honest with themselves is something that people struggle with because I don't know. Really, it's because the lie is easier than the truth. It's what's that? Kumar, what's going on, bro? Kumar, what's happening, man? We just about round in the river bend of we should have like the stream so that you know, I get an extra like on it, you know, just cause, bro. Since you're here, you know, but no harm, no foul if you don't, you know. But the last thing we was talking about that people have a hard time doing is being honest with themselves. And maybe that's the same for you, Kumar, maybe not. But sometimes you struggle with telling yourself the truth about yourself just because the truth is sometimes harder to live with than the lie. And me being an optimistic kind of guy, bro, like, I don't know, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes I'll be like psyching myself up just so that I don't bring myself down. You know what I mean? Like it's difficult. So you have a lovely family. Appreciate that. One day I'm gonna sting my wife on here. I think she's gonna take a vacay in September, you know, sneak her in here and you see everybody. But you probably seen like the pictures or some other stuff, you know what I mean? So my boy here, he just chilling. He right here watching Pink Fawn, you know, on the coffee table and pooping.
Wow, it's hot.
What?
It's hot.
What's hot?
It's hot.
It's cold. That's ice cream. Yeah. We mixing up cold and hot sometimes. This dude's he's weird. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So yeah, be honest with yourself, you know. That's easier said than done, but that's still my advice, and that's what I try to take to heart too. Being honest with myself. Who is that? Juan Pi. It's a private investigator. Going on. All right, so but that's that, y'all. We've been on it 44, rounding about 45 minutes. For those of y'all who came through and hung out with your boy today, I appreciate you. I thank you guys for coming through. Anybody and everybody who comes through and spending time with me is always appreciated because it's your time. You can spend it with whoever you want to, but you chose to spend it with your boy. And so for that, I am grateful and I appreciate you. And I hope you come back again. We're here every Tuesday. Talk to me Tuesdays. We have Friday, Freestyle Fridays. Fridays we'll be here freestyling and having a good time. Still writing, still trying to finish writing all the songs, all the verses that I'm going to write by the end of the month. If it's possible, get that done by the end of August. Then we can start looking for features and what's the word? Fundraising, because stuff costs money. And I ain't got the money like that. But I know that if there's a good cause and there's something that's real that's happening out there and people can get behind it, then cool. That would be dope. But we're going to see if we can make that happen. In the meantime, in between time, I'm going to let y'all enjoy y'all evening. I'm going to enjoy mine. Waiting for Caleb, that does not go in your mouth, okay?
No.
No. All right. Anyway, so yeah. Thank y'all for y'all time tonight. Have a great evening. Catch y'all Friday if you come through and hang out with you. All right. Love y'all. Buenos nachos. Peace.